A lot of you guys comment that I don't talk about my equipment enough, and there's a reason behind that. I could easily give you the breakdown of this barrel, handguard, lower, scope, everything on here, but where my interest primarily lays is in the shooter proficiency. I fully believe the industry now has really accurate precision equipment, even the low-end stuff, and I got to tell you, this is a low-end barrel. I'm shooting at 275 standing with a tripod, hitting targets with an app, so I'm more about shooter proficiency than equipment. It is an absolutely cold, wet, and windy day. The sun's trying to break out. This is perfect conditions to break in this season's deer rifle. Today I'm going to show you guys a couple of things, sighting it at close zero and then confirming it at your real zero long range, and I've got that at 200 yards. The next thing I'm going to show you is something called maximum point blank range, on why I use about a 5-inch radius, particularly on deer, because this is my deer gun. And to test that, I don't know if I'll be able to get the distance because the grass is still really high out here. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is why I really like the IStrelok app. My buddy Dave is letting me borrow his target cam here. This is the Caldwell system, and it's supposed to go out to a mile, but I've only got 200 yards right now. I'll stretch it out farther if I can get above the grass. Let's see how this works out. All right, 53 yards. Make sure there's no critters in the field. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's slightly off right. All right, let me turn on the target cam. All right, here we go. 200 yards. Went high left. That's right on. My bore sight's good. That should be a little bit low. No, went high. Again, this ammo is not the best. Let me take one more shot. That went right. Yep, splash right. I'm going to screenshot this so you can see it a lot closer. So basically we have my 90 grain TNT that's traveling 2990, 5 FPS with a zero of 200 yards. And if you watch the second column where it says drop in inches, you'll notice it starts at 2.5 inch. Remember, I said I'm going to use a 5-inch radius as my target. So from 0, which is 2.5 inches, all the way out to, it should probably be almost 300 yards, I'm going to guess. Okay, there's the 200. And now let's watch the bullet drop. Okay, 2.5 inches is at 245 yards is where the farthest I could shoot. And what that basically means, the bullet will never travel more than 2.5 inches from center. Center of target, either high, low, right, or left. And I think I could stretch 245 yards out on this target, so I'll even put my smaller target out there. But maximum trajectory here is at 275 yards, and I should be able to stretch that out there. And that, again, puts it at 5-inch radius, meaning if you've got a pretty big animal, you can still shoot. And this is probably the most unstable position for me. So let me go get my target set up, and we'll take a couple shots. It looks like I've got about 4 bullets left in this magazine, so I'm going to send all of these into that target, and that target's at 225 yards. And again, I'm going to make no adjustments. I'm basically going to hold dead zero, and it should splash, I'm going to guess, just a hair low, but I am shooting at my most unstable position here. And this is only a 1x6 scope, and I've got it set up at 4 power. Oh, I gotta watch the target. I gotta turn on my target cam. I could tell you that my center reticle is probably covering a quarter of that target, which is at 10 inches at 225 yards. I love this target cam. This 90 grain TNT is the absolute worst ammo to be shooting out of a 6.5 Grendel. I'm only getting about 1.25 MOA accuracy, so this should stretch the potential. And what I've done now is I've lined up both targets on my target cam at 245 yards and at 250 yards, and I should be able to watch this splash in. Let me turn on the other recorder. Okay. That yellow target, I can't even, my reticle is completely covering it up. A little bit high. I'm going to aim still dead center. Take that shot a little bit to the right. Yeah, called it. Alright, let's go to 250. And now this is covering 3/4, about half still. I can't see it black on black. I don't have an illuminator on my scope. That's my last ammo. For my last, looks like 5 shots that I've got here, I'm going to jump over to my IStrelok app. And my target is set at 270 yards. And as you can tell, all the Grendel information is right there. There's the 90 grain TNT, jacketed hollow point, and the bottom right button says reticle. And that is showing that I need to hold about 2.5 to 3 inches high at this range. We'll close that out. Alright, we'll give this a shot. Let me turn on the Caldwell camera recorder. Oh man, I could barely see that. This is like looking at a hog in super high grass. I could see the farther target, but that first one, it's all grass. I can't even figure out where to aim. I'm going to hold just below the piece of wood. This is so awesome. Ooh. What happened there? Oh. This is the wrong magazine. Alright, I've got 2 bullets left here. I think this should work out. Now that I've got, I think, the right magazine, we'll give this a shot. We'll take one more at close, and then one more at the farther shot. Ah, what just happened? Connect. Record. We'll go far and then close. I aimed my reticle right here, but it filled up that much of the target, and it dropped about 2.5 inches low as expected. And on this one I was probably moving because, again, I basically put my reticle right where the target hit, and it filled up that much of the target. But standing in the position I was, it probably pulled up just a little bit. Still hit the target. That's a dead deer.